At this time, I would like to introduce Rich Lascelles, which Rich will be honoring the memory of veteran Will Jewett.
Thank you, Margaret. Today we celebrate the memory of those who have served in defense of their country, especially those who have paid the ultimate sacrifice and have given their lives so that we can enjoy the benefits of freedom. As we do that, I'd like to take a few minutes to lead you in remembering one of Litchfield's veterans who was a great example of service and patriotism to his country and his community. For more than 15 years, at the conclusion of this ceremony, Will Jewett very solemnly placed a wreath in the river across the street. The placement of that wreath symbolized the remembrance of all those veterans who had given their lives in service while at sea. No town in this great United States could find a more fitting Memorial Day ambassador. We lost Will this winter, so we'll no longer have the benefit of his contribution to our celebration. Will was a wonderful man. In his younger years in Milford, New Hampshire, he was a devoted son who gave of himself to support his widowed mother. Later, after meeting Pat, he became a devoted husband and father. We all remember Will's seemingly endless service to our town, volunteering and being volunteered to boards and communities too numerous to mention. There are few people in Litchfield who have not been touched in some way by what he accomplished. All that being said, I'd like to talk with you about Will the Patriot. He felt very strongly about his country and gave the better part of his life in its service. He served in the United States Navy for 27 years, through both the Korean and Vietnam Wars, ending his much decorated service as one of the Navy's highest ranking enlisted men. Those who knew Will can easily understand how incredibly important Will's handyman abilities were to a mission of a warship at sea. Yes, but above all, Will was a patriot. As we gather together today to remember all patriots, I'd like to share a story of Will's patriotism. Will was in his final days. The family knew the end was near. I went to visit Will to pay tribute to this man whom I had come to respect so much. His room was decorated with family pictures and other mementos of his life, and he had a large room with a picture or a window that looked out on a garden. I thought it was particularly appropriate that Will could see a small flagpole and a flag in that garden. But the flag was rather tattered, and I knew that that could trouble Will. So Jack Algio and I made arrangements with the American Legion to replace that tattered banner. So early the next morning, we had a small, humble ceremony with the Legion to replace that flag. And as we raised that emblem of our country Will and his daughter Nancy, who was sitting with him, recited the Pledge of Allegiance. We lost Will the next day. I'm so glad we were able to pay him that tribute, because I know it meant so much to him. So as we celebrate this Memorial Day, I'd like to request that you remember Will the Patriot. And each time you say the pledge or sing the anthem, you remember Will and all other veterans who have given so much to honor and defend this country. May they always be remembered, and may God continue to bless the USA. Thank you.